This is Old Timey News Timey, bringing you back to a time when things were better, for everyone who liked it better. I'm your host, Lucky Boyd Roberts. Well, butter my biscuits, Alberta. Premier Danielle Smith is back and she's playing a mighty fine game of political hopscotch. On one foot, she's stomping down talks of Alberta separation like it's last week's fish fry. On the other foot, she's fixing to launch a traveling medicine show to ask Albertans what referendum snake oil they'd like to see bottled post-election. On her Saturday radio gabfest, Smith got hotter than her prairie wildfire when folks were asking what's the grift, suggesting that she's fanning the flames of separation and ain't playing nice with the so-called Team Canada approach to Trump's tariffs. Making it clear that she's drawing a line in the oil sands, the Premier essentially said, "Listen here, you mugs. Under no circumstances am I letting you egg-sucking Ottawa grifters slap an export tariff on our black gold, just to pocket the dough and fund your own schemes back east." But here's the rub. While she swears Alberta ain't packing its bags for a solo act, she's keeping that fair deal panel on the back burner, ready to fire it up faster than a Model T on a dirt road if Ottawa keeps on giving her the cold shoulder. Her 9-point energy wish list? Scrap the emissions caps, ditch the tanker bans, and can that net zero malarkey. Or else. The NDP naysayers claim she's soft in the noggin for hobnobbing with Yankee expansionists. But our Danny girl, she's digging in like a gopher in a fresh lawn, crowing at high heaven that her podcast jamboree through the US of A was a great success. Even claiming that Shapiro's finally seen the light, or at least the almighty dollar, as he dedicated a whole wireless program to bashing tariffs after their highfalutin clam bake. In another twist nobody saw coming, Prime Minister Mark Carney and President Donald Trump had themselves a constructive chinwag over the horn. In a grand gesture of diplomacy, Trump even called Carney by his Christian name instead of that tired governor jive he's been slinging. The two big cheeses agreed to sit down after the election to cook up a new trade deal, though the Don still got his tariff Tommy gun loaded for April 2nd. Carney's also talking tough, promising maximum impact counter-tariffs that'll make Wall Street bankers weep into their martinis if Trump doesn't back down. Smart Money says Carney's banking on his Bank of Canada pedigree to out-negotiate the Manhattan Maverick. But Smith, she's keeping her chips on black gold, hoping to keep Alberta's liquid gold off the chopping block and out of Ottawa's grubby mitts. Over in Conservative country, head honcho Pierre Poilievre brushed off reports of campaign chaos, insisting his crew's the only outfit tough enough to stare down that Yankee firebrand Trump. But behind the scenes, the boys in the back room are sweating bullets, with fresh US tariffs set to drop faster than a busted slot machine, and polls showing Carney's Liberals gaining steam. Some Tory brass are hollering for Pierre to ditch the Canada First slogans and start swinging at Trump's tariff tomfoolery. But Poilievre ain't budging. "I've been ringing this alarm for years, see?" he hollers, instead pitching pipelines and pre-approved building zones to shake off America's grip. But with Trump hogging the headlines, Poilievre is stuck between a MAGA hat and a hard place. Listen up, you beautiful mugs. It's a regular three-ring circus out here. Smith playing both patriot and provocateur, Carney trying to out-Trump Trump himself, and Poilievre hoping folks remember there's more to life than tariffs. But one thing's clear. If this keeps up, we'll all need a drink stiffer than all this rhetoric to sort it all out. The way I see it, this April 28th showdown ain't just another ho-hum trip to the ballot box. It's our shot to decide whether our Dominion wilts like a week-old lettuce or stands tall like a maple in autumn. So don't just take Lucky's word as gospel. Tune your dial to all the stations. Catch Carney's smooth operator routine, Poilievre's scrappy slogan spiel. Even give those NDP cats a listen if you're feeling frisky. Heck, even those Green Party jazz babies hobnobbing at the Junos. Why not? This election's got more angles than a cubist painting, and every voter ought to sample the whole smorgasbord before picking their favorite flavor. Remember, we didn't build this province by sitting on our hands. Why, even the brave men and women fighting on the front lines of Alberta's Rat Patrol don't take a day off just because the sun is shining. They're out there day and night keeping our borders rat-free. So grab your popcorn, Alberta. This show's just getting started. This may be the 20s, but it ain't the 1920s, and we can't afford to snooze through another crash and wake up with a boot on our necks while our economy is sold for pennies on the dollar. So get ready to vote like your pension and your pride depend on it. And remember, stay vigilant, stay rat-free, and God save the King. And Alberta. Until next time, I'm Lucky Boyd Roberts.